Hi guys, welcome back. This is Amrita from Mommy Shots by Amrita. So I'm going to be doing a camera review today. Sony sent me the new A7M4 a few months ago and I've been playing around with it and I'm going to show you what the results look like. Okay, so first off, the autofocus lock on this camera and the real-time IAF it offers in both the photo mode and the video mode is amazing as compared to the R3, which only supports it in the photo mode. This way, I'm more likely to get my images in focus, even if my subject is constantly moving, and they always are. Or even running by simply composing and shooting without having to worry about my focus too much. The M4 also employs high-level subject recognition technology to provide real-time IAF not just on humans and animals, but also on birds. Secondly, the blank exposure compensation dial on the M4 can now be customized and configured to any setting you want. So for example, if you don't want to use the exposure compensation as much, you can configure it to ISO, white balance, or even shutter settings, which gives you more flexibility and ease while you're shooting. Next up, it has 759 point face detection AF with approximately 94% coverage, which is really helpful, especially when kids are constantly moving in and out of my frame and I don't have enough room or time to compose my pictures exactly how I would want to. Another very important feature that I think makes a huge difference is the flip screen that this camera offers. Sometimes when I'm taking top shots or really low angle shots or even maybe recording a video for that matter, it really helps to be able to see what you're doing without actually getting down to the level of the viewfinder, as compared to the R3 where the screen only tilts about approximately 90 degrees. Let's talk about the processor. Along with the Bion's XR processor, which is the same as the A1 as well as the A7S3, you can expect improved color as well as improved autofocus algorithms in this camera too. The A7M4 has 15-stop dynamic range, which means that I can shoot completely underexposed without having to worry about retrieving any of these details in post later, without compromising on my image quality. Now, I've been shooting with prime lenses for a while now, and with practice, I can switch between my lenses fairly quickly, but that still allows some amount of dust to enter into my camera sensor, especially when I'm shooting at locations like the beach or anywhere as outdoor really. The new feature of the closed shutter option that the A7M4 offers allows me to focus a little bit more on my shoot and a little less maintenance on my lenses. The card slots are slightly different though. There's only one of the A7S3 dual bays that feature a CF Express Type A and an SD slot. The second bay is just an SD card slot, but both of them are compatible with the UHS-2. The A7 IV can shoot up to 10 frames per second in high-speed continuous shooting mode, which is great because this way I'm able to capture that perfect shot without worrying or waiting for my camera to catch up with my speed. Now, the biggest upgrade for me that I've seen is the video capabilities. Now, I'm not big on video, but for the amount I've used it, I can tell you that this camera can definitely record full frame 4K 10-bit 422 up to 30 frames per second internally, and also features S-Cinetone if you want to add a cinematic look to your footage, which honestly looks pretty great and does not need to be heavily color graded later. In fact, you're watching this video right now that's being recorded on the A7 IV. Sony also gives a dedicated dial just to switch from photo to video really quickly, along with separate menus for stills and video, which gives you the freedom to choose custom settings for when you're shooting video alone. This way you can choose to shoot videos in S, M, and P mode, which isn't possible with the R3. Now, the M4 does not overheat when shooting in 4K and gives you 4 hours of recording footage without the overheating warning popping up. Another new feature that this camera offers is the focus breathing compensation, which works only with native Sony lenses. It does a pretty good job when you don't see any noticeable change when it's shifting focus except for the slight crop. While these are my reviews on the Sony A7 IV, I do believe that this is a camera well suited for those who love video. While Sony has worked really hard to build the photography capabilities of this camera, and I do see myself using this outdoors with natural light, I still prefer to use my A7R4 or the A1 indoors with my strobe lights, where I find this to be slightly slower than the others. But otherwise, I think all in all, it's a beautiful camera and a huge step up from the previous one. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like the reviews I've given you, and I'd love to hear your reviews if you managed to get your hands on one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and come back for more.